It was the way she said it, too light, too practiced. "I need the apartment this weekend," she'd told me, tossing her hair over her shoulder, eyes buried in her phone. "Girls' spa retreat. No boys allowed." The words slid out smooth like she'd rehearsed them. I remember standing in the kitchen, coffee cooling in my hand, staring at her with that dull, instinctive unease, the kind that creeps in when something feels wrong but you can't quite say why. She smiled without looking at me, that effortless grin she always used when she wanted me not to ask questions. And like an idiot I didn't. Least not out loud. Inside something started cracking. She'd been distant for weeks, texting less, kissing me with half her heart, coming home smelling faintly of a perfume that wasn't hers. Not different perfume, just more of it, like she was trying to drown something else out. That Friday she packed a small overnight bag. Lavender robe, face masks, scented candles. It all fit the story too perfectly. She kissed me on the cheek, not the lips, and said, "Don't wait up." Then she was gone. Her car pulled out of the driveway, headlights flashing across the front window, and the silence that followed felt heavier than the air itself. For the first few hours, I told myself to let it go. I even tried watching a movie, poured a drink, scrolled aimlessly. But every time I looked at the clock, I thought about her phone lighting up with messages. Her friends' names. The way she smiled when she texted lately, like her phone held something sacred. By midnight, the drink was untouched, and I was sitting in the dark, my chest tight, replaying every off thing from the past month. The late meetings. The gym bag she never used. The shower she always took the moment she got home. Curiosity is a quiet poison. It doesn't kill you all at once. It eats through reason, through trust, until only suspicion is left. Around 1 a.m, I checked her location on my phone. I don't know why I hadn't done it earlier. Maybe I didn't want to see what I already feared. The little blue dot pulsed not at a spa, not even near her best friend's apartment. It was on the other side of town, near the old Riverside Hotel, the one with the red neon sign that flickered like a warning. My chest went cold. I stared at the screen for a long time, debating what I'd even do if I drove there. Barging in, confronting her. What would that change? She'd lie. She'd cry. I'd want to believe her, even if every fiber in me already knew. But I had to see. When I got there, the parking lot was mostly empty except for a few cars tucked into the back row, one of them hers. I parked on the opposite end, turned off the engine, and just sat there for a minute, gripping the steering wheel until my hands hurt. A soft yellow glow spilled from the hotel lobby. Through the front glass, I saw a man at the counter talking to the clerk. Athletic. Wearing a gray hoodie I recognized instantly. It was hers. I didn't need to see her face. He knew. I stayed long enough to watch them walk toward the elevator together. Her hand brushed his arm, her laugh floating back down the hall. My stomach turned but my mind went blank. There wasn't rage, not yet. Just this empty, sinking clarity, like I'd finally opened my eyes after months of pretending not to see. I didn't storm in. I didn't scream or make a scene. I just drove home in silence, headlights cutting through the fog, my reflection in the windshield looking like someone I didn't recognize. When she came back Sunday evening, her hair was damp, and she smelled faintly of hotel soap instead of lavender. She walked in humming, a little too casual, and froze when she saw me sitting at the table, her phone in front of me. "Hey," she said, hesitant, smile faltering. "You're home early." "Didn't have plans," I said quietly. "How was the spa?" She blinked, mouth parting just slightly. I could see her trying to build a lie, reaching for it like a lifeline. "It was nice," she finally said. "Relaxing." I nodded, picking up her phone and unlocking it with her thumbprint while she stood frozen. I didn't say a word, just opened her messages. The thread with Lena was there, just as expected, but buried inside were photos. Screenshots of reservations. A room number. She stepped forward, panic flashing across her face. "Stop. Please." "Who's he?" I asked, voice steady, almost calm. "Don't lie. Just tell me who he is." She didn't answer. Her eyes filled, but the silence said enough. Something in me broke then. Not with anger but exhaustion. The kind of ache that doesn't come from betrayal itself, but from realizing you gave someone your whole heart, and they used it like spare change. I didn't mean to, she started. I laughed, bitter and low. You didn't mean to. You just accidentally booked a hotel room. Her lips trembled. It wasn't supposed to happen. I felt like I was losing myself. I looked at her for a long time, studying the woman I thought I knew. The one who'd shared my bed, my secrets, my future. And in that moment, she felt like a stranger wearing my girlfriend's skin. You found yourself, huh? I said softly. Just not with me. She reached for me, tears slipping down her face, but I stepped back. Don't, I said quietly. Please don't make this worse. That night I packed a small bag and left. Not with fury, not with noise, just silence. The kind that follows a storm after everything's been destroyed. A week later I mailed her the spare keys and a note that said only one thing. You never had to lie to leave. Months passed before I stopped checking my phone out of habit. Before the scent of her perfume stopped catching me off guard in public. Before I could sleep without replaying that night in the hotel parking lot. I never reached out again. But every now and then I think about that version of me. Sitting in the car, watching the truth unfold through glass, too stunned to move. I wish I could tell him something, offer some kind of comfort. Maybe I'd say this. The hardest part isn't losing her. It's realizing she was already gone long before you found out.